Evil West, evil guide. Let's go. So, the first thing that you need to learn about this game is how to dodge enemies. Now, I'm not talking about classic dodge, kick dodge, and so on. I'm talking about moving on a map, okay? When you're cornered from enemies like this, you transfer to the furthest one, and you're safe. That's the tactic I use the most. Also, when you go with the combo, the other enemies, they get scared. And that's also a very good way to chill out for like 3-4 seconds so you can recover. So once you're cornered like this, all you need to do is TP to the furthest enemy away and you're safe. You got plenty of time to use other weapons, use ranged weapons, to use a chain gun or a flamethrower. So basically what I'm trying to say here is use and abuse E-combo. Drag enemies, TP to enemies, and of course always use them as a cannonball. Basically the most important button on your keyboard would be Q. When you got plenty of these little shits, you can use your pistol and it clears them out once upgrade. Now once you see the circle up there, that means that you should shoot with your gun. Your gun doesn't deal as much damage, okay, when enemies don't have those circles. You need to shoot their weak points. That's how they call it here, weak points, and you need to be patient. Weak points open up on every 15-20 seconds or so, and it's extremely important to shoot those weak points. What it offers when you shoot weak points? It gives health recovery, energy recovery, and it deals way much more damage than regular shots. Also, when the fight starts, don't be afraid to use your grenade, to use your shotgun, to use your flamethrower, to use your chain gun, to use all of those weapons that are basically on ammo limit or a cooldown, because they gonna recover in time. And you clear enemies fast like that and prepare for the bigger fight. Always use your kick when enemies are flashing yellow. The kick basically counters enemies and it's extremely useful. As far as big mobs go, like this one, they got this thing above them, okay, yellow thingy. Once it goes all the way up to the skull, it becomes gray. When it becomes gray, you'll be able to stun lock. How do you put it on gray? Basically, you should use melee attacks because they deal most damage out of everything. Once enemy is gray like this, you can dash towards them and you're gonna stun lock. So, there is a perfect combo of stun lock when they got a gray line up there. And all you need to do is dash towards them, use your E combo on them. Then you use a shotgun, then you wait for them to react, blind them again, and you continue kicking their butts. Of course, there's always an option to use a supercharged mod. That's when it really gets tough. All you need to do is basically spam on enemies. It deals health percentage damage. It's your go-to move when the game starts being extremely hard. It uses all of the batteries, basically 3 or 4 batteries. Always pay attention on your surroundings, not only what's in front of you, but also what's above you. When you see that thing over there, okay, when you see something like this up in the air, okay, it's usually hanging corpses. That's where you need to shoot a rope and you're gonna get some bucks, dollars. Now let's speak about upgrades. Along the way, you're gonna find money in chests, or as pure money bags, or once you defeat the boss, you're gonna get a certain amount of bucks, which is shown over here. With those bucks, with that money, you'll be able to upgrade your gear. Shotgun, railgun, and so on. Dynamite, it doesn't matter. One of the very best upgrades that you should do first is your reindeer rifle. The go-to move, okay? So, everything is equally important here. A free bullet for reindeer rifle, more damage for anti-rifle, and at the end it's the charge for anti-rifle that deals a lot of damage once you charge up your shot. This would be the most important upgrade for your weapons. You can exchange for a crossbow, of course, but crossbow ain't that good compared to the rifle. As far as reindeer gatling goes, that weapon, you receive it towards the end of the game, and you need to play on a new game plus if you want to unlock and play with this weapon. So basically this is a new game plus weapon, and every upgrade for reindeer gatling is equally important. But again, there is just not enough time to use this one during the main campaign, only in the final 2 missions. Now, as far as other most important weapon goes, it's your boomstick, okay, or better to say your sawed-off shotgun. Every upgrade is equally important, especially at the ready, so you can spam your shotgun faster. A snapshot deals double damage if you use your shotgun before enemy attacks you. Okay, double damage, extremely good, plus you interrupt them. And the last would be Boom Eternal, Doom Eternal. Spawns electricity around where you shot, okay, and it deals damage over time to enemies. After the rifle, the most important upgrades would be for your shotgun. Now, there is one very cool upgrade for a Scorcher, for a flamethrower. It's extra crispy, where you get to burn enemies for like a second or two, and then you go in with a melee attack. Very extremely useful against bosses or mini bosses. Again, your melee, your fists will deal 30% more damage. That's huge, especially on the evil difficulty. As far as the explosive bundles go, I can say basically the same thing as for the chain gun. It comes way too late in the game, and it's more of a weapon for a new game plus, where you get to throw grenades and they can attach to enemies. This is like the most useless upgrade. You should not waste money for it, but this, where it has triple charges, it multiplies into 3 explosions, is very good. And on top of it all, there is a whirlwind that I use a lot, like combo out of whirlwind, grenade into shotgun into E-combo will bring every enemies on their knees so you can execute. That's basically your go-to combo, and you output all of those in less than 2 seconds. At the end, we have Rentier Gauntlet, basic weapon melee attacks. This is probably the first upgrade that you should take. When you drag enemies toward you, you deal more damage to them. The Great Finish, I would say avoid this one, because you can easily dash to enemies and click on one button, okay, basic melee attack, and you're still gonna execute them. You don't need to do it with only dashing into execute. Like, you don't waste 0.1 seconds, okay? That's what this upgrade is for. It saves you 0.1 second. Useless, and it costs a lot. But the thing that's actually good is up the sleeve. That occasional damaging AoE blast is really good, especially when you fight in a crowd. Now, all pistol upgrades are equally important, but the best one by far that you should grab as soon as you can would be a blaster, because it chains lightning between enemies, it can kill smaller enemies, it's extremely good. Okay, and revolver has a very fast reload, so you can spam this one, especially with the thing I showed you at the start, okay, how to dash to the furthest enemy, and then you got like 5-6 seconds to spam your weapon, spam your pistol, your rifle, then you dash to the furthest one, spam again. It's the safe way to play if you hate doing it in melee. As far as your belt goes, there is nothing better than to take this one as the first Do Not Disturb. Once you heal, you're invulnerable for 5 seconds. Very simple, very useful. The Crippling Rod effect lasts 20% longer, say cheese. Ain't that good as it seems, okay, because you just don't have enough time if you go with full E-combo once you stun enemies with your rod to transfer to the other one, unless they're very close together, okay. So, if you're gonna upgrade this one, you upgrade it the last. It ain't that useful. If it was 50% longer instead of 20, then I would say go for it. Right now, no. And, of course, healing with batteries as soon as you see it, that's like mid-late game. It's a must, because you got a lot of healing out of it. And it merges extremely well with some of the skills in your skill tree, where you invest perks. Let's go to perks. Now, since we talked about healing and healing with batteries, this work-life balance in perks will give 25% of each energy or health pickup and convert it to the other one. So when you pick up health, you gain a bit of energy. When you pick up energy, you gain a bit of health. Extremely good perk to have. As soon as you can, you want to grab this one. Another unique perk would be TNT explosives have 50% larger area of effect. What is there to say about it? It's a must. Because there's a lot of TNT crates in the game. This shit is amazing once you have it. Now, I don't want to say that the most important thing if you're gonna play on the harder difficulties is to learn how to play with melee, okay? And the first line and the second first line over here are the most important as far as perk goes. Why? The first one offers counterattack, where you interrupt enemies and you deal a lot of damage, so you can actually stun lock them. It offers flat damage percentage, 30%. It has the ability to keep your combo up and don't lose space once you dash, extremely good. And it offers 2 extra hits on the end of every combo. On the other side, I said that the most important thing is how you use your E combo, dash towards enemies, stun lock, and place 1 million punches in them. This entire line in the skill tree covers that ability. All are equally important and you should get them as soon as available. What they offer is energy pickups, and you need energy if you're gonna go into supercharge mod. It offers a lot of damage, it offers AoE explosion, and you can speed up the process so you can do it faster when there's a lot of enemies around you. Now, everything that goes with this line where the uppercut is, it ain't as good as other lines. The reason is very simple. You dash to enemies or you pull them up. When you pull them up, the other enemies do not scatter. They still attack you. When you dash and electrocute them, they scatter. They get afraid when you enter E combo. So you should avoid this one and go for the E combo. Plus E combo deals more damage. Okay, this one might be more fun. And it's good on easier difficulties where you can pull enemies, shoot them in the air, launch all of them in the air and smack the ground to destroy them. Okay, that's fun. But it ain't as useful because this example is on weaker enemies. That won't work on mini bosses and bosses. But electrocute E combo, that's gonna work. Same can be said for hero punch. Hero punch, smack the ground once, smack the ground twice, smack the ground 3 times, and smack the ground 4 times for a lot of damage, but it uses a battery charge, and you need battery charges later on to heal or to go into a supercharge mod. So you do not waste batteries on this when it's useful. It's useful in the first 3 or 4 maps. After that, you wanna respec and put those perk points somewhere else. When you get supercharge mod, you can easily remove these. They carry you early game, basically. Cannonball is one of the best moves in the game. You can cannonball weaker enemies into mini bosses, deal a lot of damage, they can explode when they land with this, and you can deal splash damage. Basically, this line is pretty much worth it to spend your perk points on. Now, the last line over here and the last line over here, this would be utility investments, okay? Where you invest your perk points into utility stuff. And what it offers flat amount of health, it offers more damage, it offers better healing, it offers more health. And when you got the other one that transforms health into energy, both health and energy pickups. And it offers the most important thing that you should immediately grab when available. It's death defied, or better to say, it's extra life. You can't die when your health drops to 0, it resets to 25%. It can really win fights, this one. Now, same can be said about this line too. Magnet, to collect items from further away, increase maximum energy, or better to say, you get additional battery charge, and whenever you execute an enemy, you're gonna get a battery charge, so you can spam your supercharge mod even more. Now, we got Zephyr block here, better say blocking. Blocking in this game is completely useless. Okay, why do I say so? Very simple. You can interrupt enemies with a shotgun, with a grenade, with a flamethrower, with a chain gun. With your kick, you can dodge once, you can double dodge. So you got 8 options to defend yourself. Why would you invest perk points into block? Okay, useless this line. You should not waste your points. Now, same can be said about Zephyr pull more enemies at the same time, and slam more enemies at the same time to the ground. Okay, yes, it's AoE. Yes, you can clear weaker enemies faster, but you do not want to clear weaker enemies faster. Weaker enemies, when you play on a harder difficulty, are used to teleport and transfer from one point of the map to the other one and juke around bigger monsters. Okay, if you destroy weaker monsters fast, that means that you're left alone against the mini-boss with limited amount of movement. So that's why you want to keep small fucks alive as much as you can. This skill line, skill tree here, it just destroys them. Same can be said about this one. They should go together for fun. This line, second line, and second line here, they should be for fun, but they're not that good. They basically destroy gameplay. They add fun, but destroy advance. The most important, once you get supercharge, is Zephyr Dash into supercharge mod, into better damage for the supercharge mod, into lightning strikes for your supercharge mod. It uses 3 batteries, it deals health percentage damage on everyone, including the main bosses. Extremely good skill, extremely useful. You're invulnerable in the meantime, you TP, you dash towards enemies, like it feels like a cheat mod. But you should upgrade this one as soon as available. So this is how you should spend your perks on. The only thing that you should switch is this for something else, what you like. Okay, I told you what sucks and what's good, and I'm speaking only about the evil difficulty, the hardest difficulty in the game. Of course, this is gonna work 10 times better on easier difficulties. Everything that I said. I thank you all for watching, and I'll be seeing you on the next one.